Arena courtside here as we await the semifinal matchup. It's the first game of the day here at the Class 3A state tournament. Both boys and girls semifinals going today. There's games scheduled between now and the last game starting at 8 o'clock tonight. It's boys, girls, the format here for the Hutchinson Sports Arena today. Coach Francis Flax joins me here courtside, and Coach, this is really kind of an intriguing game. We talk about games, we build up storylines all the time for each one of them, but this one here, first of all, these two schools battling to get into the state tournament and the championship game for the first time in school history, but it's also two schools that are really fun to watch. These guys can all play above the rim, they can get around the backboard, and they're very, very athletic.
Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing matchup. This game kind of reminds me of what our girls in Goodland went through last night. Royal Valley's tall.
Yeah.
They are tall across the board, as was Goodland girls last night, and our girls go out there and look like, but our guys are playing well. Both players have outstanding players on their rosters, so it should be an outstanding game.
Let's meet Royal Valley. They're the number 1 seed, 23-1 on the season. They got here with a 60-56 victory over Girard. They are led by Noggs Wawasik, a 6'5 senior, 20 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and also almost 6 assists per contest. He is an Emporia State commit, leads this team in every statistical category. Along with him, Mason Thomas, a 6'5 senior who averages 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, and almost 3 assists. Jake Kelly, a 5'11 senior who averages 3 points a game. KJ Miller, a 6'4 senior who averages 15 points, 7 rebounds a game. And Brady Klotz, a 6'6 senior who averages 13 points, 5 rebounds. He is committed to Northwest Missouri State. Hoyt, Royal Valley is coached by Chris Brown. You might remember that name. He took over at Rural Vista when Steve Reedy retired and moved on to Abilene. Chris Brown with some area ties to the Rural Vista Heat. Southeast of Saline Trojans, under the direction of Bryson Flax, they will start Eli Sawyers, 17 points a game, along with Nakari Morical Palmer, 13 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, and almost 4 assists. Drake Augustine also in the starting lineup, along with Luke Gebhardt, 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and Daniel Keir, the only sophomore in the Southeast starting lineup. Southeast of Saline, 21-3 under the direction of Bryson Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross. Coach, your keys to success for Southeast of Saline, brought to you by New Image Audio.
Well, I think the number one thing is the rebounding battle. If we can neutralize them on the rebounds, that will be to our advantage. Of course, we have to contain their key player. We're not going to stop him. Yeah. We know that. But if we can, because he's a great passer as well as a shooter. And the last thing is we have to be efficient on offense, take good shots.
Yeah, you almost can't overreact to Wawasiki as he has the ball, because he averages 6 assists a game. That's almost insane.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Wawasik starts out, and they go inside to the big guy, Brady Klotz, and Klotz is going to rise up and score the first basket of the game. Southeast of Saline trailing here early. Just about 15 seconds into this one. They will be looking at an extended, depending on how you want to view this zone, it's either an extended 1-3-1 or an extended 1-2-2. They do play baseline heavy without the single player underneath the rim. They're more fanned out along the baseline side, but they are very fluid in the way that they play this zone with tall players out front. As you said, Coach, it's a lot like the Goodland team last night in that 1-3-1 in the girls' game. They had their taller players, their 6-footers, out towards half court. Their 5'5 point guard was underneath the rim.
Yeah, you're right. And this team here, it is a 1-3-1, but they play their back man. He's on the side that Eli's on right now.
Here's Drake Augustine. He tries to get into the seams now to Gebhardt at the free throw line. Daniel Kerr has it now. He'll leave it off for Nakari. Nakari in a soft trap, tried to pass it into Augustine. It goes over Augustine's hands and into the hands of the Panthers. Royal Valley has it on their offensive end. A bullet pass inside and a shot missed by the Panthers. It'll be cleaned up by Nakari Morical Palmer. That time KJ Miller came up empty. Miller, a big body inside. He's 6'4". The senior averages 15 points a game and 7 rebounds.
Well, not only are they tall, Devin, they've got a lot of girth on them. These guys are big. There's 3 or 4 of these guys that look like they should have been pretty good in football.
Here is a pass through the paint. Missed Gebhardt, but goes to Danny Kerr. Southeast of Saline trailing here early on. We're about 1:15 into this game. Gebhardt has the basketball. Now to Augustine. Back to Gebhardt. Gebhardt now will leave it off at the free throw line for Nakari. That pass is going to be deflected out of bounds, and Southeast of Saline will inbound it along the baseline. It takes a while for you to decide what to do with this zone, right? And then you can pick up on trends as the game continues.
Yeah, they're huge. They're long. We talked about it, how tall they are, but they're long also. So we just got to figure it out here. Just make sure we don't give them anything easily.
Here's a three-pointer unleashed by Gebhardt. That's no good. Daniel Kerr gets the rebound, and being a left-hander probably helped him score. He was going up against a 6'4" K.J. Miller, and Danny Kerr able to finish with that left hand.
Well, it was a good job by the Trojans of keeping the ball alive on the glass. That ball, I'm pretty sure that the Panthers thought they had that.
Miller this time missed it on the right-hand side, gets his own rebound on the left-hand side of the basket. Royal Valley will reset here. Walusik with it on the left-hand wing, guarded by Gebhardt. He'll bring it now back to the top. Dribbling and directing traffic at the same time. He wants to leave it off here for Mason Thomas. Thomas now takes a couple of dribbles. He'll play it to K.J. Miller at the free throw line, and they throw it away. Good pressure that time by Southeast of Saline. A turnover spawned by Sawyers and Augustine.
Well, so far we've talked about the defense of Royal Valley, but you can't dismiss the defense of the Trojans.
I told you pregame, I was shocked to see boys and girls, how much zone is being played here at this 3A tournament.
And I hadn't really thought about that, but it's been more zone than anything else.
I've seen 3 teams so far playing primarily man-to-man. That was Southeast of Saline's boys, the Trojan girls, and the Heston boys. That was it. That's all I've seen with the primary defense of a man-to-man.
Got to be a little careful there. Daniel got himself caught in the corner, and that's pretty lethal when you got that width on you. The length of those boys is pretty amazing.
Coach, tell us about that as a ball handler, especially in the corners. You want to avoid the corners. We talked about it, though, a lot yesterday with the girls' game. You want the trap to come to you. You just don't want to be in it, right?
Yes, you're right.
There's a loose ball. Gebhardt goes rolling on the floor. Royal Valley still in the backcourt. Now they're going to bring it across finally with Mason Thomas. Thomas on the left-hand side throws a pass over his shoulder to a three-point attempt that is up and good by Brady Klotz. Klotz has 5 here in the early going, and Royal Valley leads it 5-2.
Well, I've seen one thing that Royal Valley does very well already, and that is the spacing. Their offensive spacing is good.
Here's Nakari now inside. He's going to get in a trap and then throw it away. Here comes Royal Valley back the other side. Walusik with it, pulls up on the right wing. Step back 3 is good. Boy, that is incredibly talented.
Yeah, that's why he's going Emporia State right there. That just shows it all.
Here's a turnover again by Southeast of Saline. Walusik going up against Nakari, and a foul called on Nakari as both of them went up to the rim. Walusik denied of the layup, but he will go to the free throw line, which he is very, very good. 30 points in the first round game for Noggs Walusik, and 14 of them came at the free throw line, Coach. He was 14 of 15.
Yeah, well, that explains it right there, why he scores a lot of points every game.
First free throw here is up and good. 4 points so far by the Emporia State commit. Interesting story with him. He actually left and was going to a prep academy. Things didn't work out there. He came back to Royal Valley, and from what I understand, the Activities Association deemed him ineligible. There had to be some battles to get him eligible. He missed the first 5 games this season for Royal Valley. 10-2 the score after both those free throws being made. Royal Valley with a big run here. Southeast of Saline with 4 early turnovers. A three-pointer by Gebhardt is no good. Cleaned up inside by K.J. Miller. An 8-point Royal Valley lead.
Yeah, well, we just gotta break the ice here. We'll get that done here in a minute. We just hope it doesn't take too long.
Miller has it up top. He'll swing it to Mason, left-hand side. Mason now will bring it around the other way. They'll go to Jake Kelly. Kelly down low to Miller. He makes a move, gets into the lane, and traveled with the basketball. Second turnover going against the Panthers from Royal Valley, and a 30-second timeout called by Southeast of Saline. We'll take it as well. 3:33 left to go here. First quarter, 10-2. Royal Valley out to a hot start here on KINA.
Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back to the sports arena in Hutchinson. Devin Haney, Francis Flax, 10-2. Southeast of Saline trailing by 8 with the basketball. Drew Richardson is into the game for the Trojans, along with Case and Lilly. They join Nakari Morico-Palmer, also Eli Sawyers and Luke Gebhardt. Nakari Morico-Palmer has the ball up top. Now he goes right wing, Case and Lilly. Little head and shoulder fake there from Lilly. Now a lob pass back to Nakari, middle of the floor. Nakari looking left. Drew Richardson, hot start in the first round of this tournament. He was able to score 8 first quarter points and really keep Southeast of Saline tight with an Osage City team early on in that second quarter.
Well, his shots tonight are going to come from a little farther out, though. These guys extend that zone pretty good. But what I like there, we finally got the ball into to Eli and let him challenge and see what happens.
Sawyers went to the rack on the left-hand side. He was denied but fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line with 2 free throw attempts. First one is up and no good. KJ Miller with the foul, and that is the first foul for Royal Valley. Each team now with a foul. Second free throw also missing. Southeast comes up empty on that possession. Here comes Royal Valley back the other way. The Panthers with Wasuki. Well, I'm going to struggle all day with that, aren't I? Left-hand side, now they dump it in down low to Mason. Little back and forth move. He stepped left and then came back to the right, and a foul is going to be called. I believe they got Sawyers on this one. It will send Mason Thomas to the free throw line. Thomas with 2 free throws coming up.
Well, so far, our shots are coming. We're struggling to get good shots. Now, we did get a good look with Eli that last time, but if you get a chance to go to the line, you have to put one in the basket.
Yes, sir. Mason Thomas, first free throw is up and good. Second one on the way. It's also good. Royal Valley off to a 4-4 start from the free throw line here in this game. Score goes now 12-2. Southeast of Saline desperate for points. A pass deflected here. Gebhardt has it. His man fell down. Now out to Sawyers for a guarded 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. And a rebounding foul will be called against Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt will collect his first. It's team foul number 3 for Southeast of Saline. Chris Brown up off the bench, coaching his Royal Valley Panthers from Hoyt. Here comes Mason Thomas working against Richardson. Richardson has the basketball. Now he saves it before he steps out of bounds. A lob by Eli Sawyers, and it's taken away by Wosusik. Up the floor, and a transition basket to Brady Klotz. Klotz off to a hot start with 7.
Yeah, well, we've got to make good passes. You can't throw through these guys. You have to go around them.
Here's Case and Lilly for 3. That one's too strong, no good. Klotz with the rebound on the backside. And a ball out of bounds.
That's off of them.
That's going to be off of Royal Valley. They just mishandled that after the rebound, and Southeast is going to have a chance here, some baseline offense. Lob pass in to Sawyers in 3-point land. He'll hand it off to Gebhardt. Spin move. Gebhardt comes back to the right-hand side of the offense. Richardson with a brief touch, now into Sawyers. Eli's going to go to work. Fade away 12-footer. Good.
It's a nice shot.
And that's one of the great equalizers for length on defense, isn't it? That fadeaway can be very valuable here. And now a jump ball situation as Mason Thomas gets inside. Southeast there to tie him up, and the alternate possession will belong to Southeast of Saline.
It was a good defense. Everybody just stood there, held their hands up. He put the ball right into our hands, so therefore the tie-up.
14-4. 90 seconds left to play, first quarter. Gebhardt has a pass slapped away, and it goes out of bounds as he and Mason Thomas were both dueling for possession on the far side. Thomas saved it, went off Gebhardt, back out of bounds, and it will go to the Panthers. Drake Augustine back into the game. He'll replace Case and Lilly. Royal Valley will have it right in front of the scores table in midcourt.
Setting up with a 1-4 low. They might let him go this time.
Wawusik has the basketball, working on Gebhardt. He asks for the high screen. Miller comes up. Now a brief double team. Wawusik gets away, steps through, and off the backboard. It's good. 16-4, now our score. Wawusik has 7. Nikari Morkel-Palmer with it. Feet on the three-point line. He lets the jumper fly. That's no good. And a big rebound by Brady Klotz. Inside a minute left to go, and a foul is called on Southeast of Saline. Looked like the Trojans may have stolen the inbounds pass, but a foul called here on Luke Gebhardt. It's his second.
Yeah, it sure did look like we had that, and that would have been a nice gift for us. We double teamed him off the rebound.
Couple of substitutions here for Southeast of Saline. Caden Isaacson in the game. Gebhardt will go out. Daniel Kerr also comes in for Southeast. Eli Sawyer just taking a break as well. 56 seconds left to go. Opening quarter, 16-4. The Panthers of Royal Valley off to a hot start. Token pressure here in the full court by Southeast of Saline. Royal Valley breaks it on the one-man dribble. And now the blocking foul called against the Trojans. Mason Thomas tried to go to the hole, and a blocking foul called there on Nikari Morkel-Palmer. That's his second.
Well, they do attack the basket. You got to give them credit for that. They go to the bucket.
Set with the inbounds, Jake Kelly for the Panthers. Gets it in, Wawusik up, shot, no good. Nikari there to bother him, and then Nikari takes it off the rim. Here comes Morkel-Palmer. Into Isaacson, he collects the defense, plays it out to Drew Richardson. Jumper is an air ball, went over the top of everything, and now the Panthers have it back. Half a minute left to play in the first. Again, Coach Brown calling a 4 low, everybody down along the baseline. Wawusik up top with the basketball. He'll pull up, NBA style 3, that won't go. Off the front of the rim, then the backboard. Morkel-Palmer with the rebound. He'll come back the other way now with 12 seconds left. Nikari passing it to Augustine. Augustine holding the ball now, waiting. 6 seconds left. Closing out the first quarter. Back to Augustine. He'll take a dribble to his right, put up a jumper. That's not going to make it. Off to the right-hand side, and Southeast of Saline has their work cut out for them. Trailing by 12 at the end of 1. It was all Panthers in the first quarter, 16-4. As we step away, when we come back, second quarter action, you're listening to Trojan Basketball from State, brought to you by the Bennington State Bank.
Saline Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at SalinaSepticService.com, proudly supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back here at the Sports Arena in Hutchinson, Devin Haney along with Francis Flax. The Panthers of Royal Valley from Hoyt off to a big 16-4 advantage at the end of the first quarter. They will also start with the basketball here to begin second quarter. With the basketball is Mason Thomas. Little back and forth move. They end up inside, and a big block by Eli Sawyers. Right at the rim, he went up with KJ Miller and was able to win that battle. Here comes Southeast of Saline, and a blocking foul in transition called against the Panther defense. That is Royal Valley's second team foul.
Yeah, we got to attack a little bit, Devin, and get them with a few fouls. You know, we've attempted 5 3-pointers, and none of them have been easy.
Trayson Murata with the foul. He's off the bench here for Royal Valley. Sawyers inside. Contact on the body. Can't get the shot to go. Caden Isaacson gets the rebound. Feeds Sawyers again. And Eli missed the second attempt. Up the floor. Klotz one-on-one with Danny Kerr at the rim. And Brady Klotz wins that battle. He is the leading scorer in this game with 9. Sawyers into the paint. He'll kick it out. Kerr for 3. Got it to go. That was a much-needed basket.
Yeah, we needed that one.
So
it was
far,
a good shot, and it's one of the first unguarded ones we've had.
Yeah, so far Danny Kerr, the leading scorer for Southeast with 5. Walusik into the paint, leaning left-hander, rebound being contested for. Miller comes up with it, and then he is bothered on the putback attempt. Sawyers with the rebound. Into Caden Isaacson, right-handed layup is good. Here comes Southeast of Saline now making transitions happen. They're running the floor off the rebound, and that's one thing with Southeast that has impressed me all year, Coach. They don't get out and run off of steals and turnovers. A lot of times it's off of rebounds. They go baseline to baseline.
Right, they sure do.
Inside, boy, the big guy just going.
Yeah, he's tough.
Brady Klotz. He has 11. Back to an 11-point Royal Valley lead, 20-9. Southeast of Saline, though, picking up a little bit of steam here on the last couple possessions. Kerr fakes the 3 this time, takes a dribble to his left. His 17-footer is up, no good. Klotz on the rebound. Walusik with it on the left-hand side. Jude Richardson there with him in an offensive foul. He got an elbow right underneath the chin. So a foul offensively on Noggs Walusik. That is his first of the game, 3rd team foul.
That was a good job by Drew Richardson staying right in there, man. He got punished for it, but you have to take him for the team.
Yep, absolutely. 20-9 now our score. It's an 11-point Royal Valley lead. Drake Augustine, Luke Gebhardt, Nakari Morical-Palmer, Daniel Kerr, Eli Sawyers in the game right now currently for Southeast of Saline. Augustine tried to come to the left-hand side to Nakari, and that ball's slapped out of bounds.
I don't know for sure, but it looks like if Drake would fake that pass right there and go right to the elbow like he's started to do there, I believe they'll have to try to stop him, and that should leave Eli available.
This zone is almost like an over-aggressive man-to-man, right? I mean, there's some cuts there where you can make them jump on a pass fake. Here's Nakari inside floating for 2.
That's a nice shot. Got in the paint. Just put it up and over him. That's a good move by Nakari.
20-11 our score. Southeast of Saline coming out strong here in this second quarter. Here's a backdoor cut. Walusik puts the shot up. That's no good. Gebhardt takes the rebound away from KJ Miller. Up the floor, here comes Nakari. On the backside, Danny Kerr is wide open. Augustine, though, gets in on the drive. Try to get the contact, nothing there. Ball being fought for, and it's going to be won by Mason Thomas. He gets it into the hands of Walusik. He turns around and looks at the official wanting a contact foul as Drake Augustine had him bottled up for a moment.
I believe he should have had another offensive foul.
Yeah. Now down inside, it is going to be KJ Miller with a head and shoulder fake. He got the Southeast defender up in the air and then is able to score, and he'll get a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, I know it's an 11-point game and they're at the line to make it 12, but one thing I've found out there, now the intimidation factor is off.
Yeah. Foul on Daniel Kerr is going to be his first. Team foul number 6 for Southeast. That shot by Miller is his first basket of the game, and the free throw misses. Luke Gebhardt with the rebound, 22-11. Southeast off and running. Nakari, long distance 3, and he nailed it. What area code was he in when he shot that? Holy cow.
Well, he was over at Inman when he shot that one.
Oh my gosh. 22-14, now it's an 8-point game. Southeast starting to loosen up here a little bit in this game, and Royal Valley's got to be wondering, are we going to get their best shot here now? Royal Valley up top with it. Little head and shoulder fake from Thomas. He'll leave it off to Miller, and the big guy drains a three-pointer. KJ Miller steps out and answers for a 3.
And I doubt if you expect that to happen. You know, that's a big boy. And he just stepped out there like he's been doing it all day.
Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter, 25-14. Gebhardt inside. Augustine, like he had his arms taken out from behind him on a shot attempt on the left-hand side of the basket. No foul call, and the ball's going to stay with Southeast of Saline underneath their own basket.
I would agree with that. I think there was a lot of contact there.
Augustine with it. Gets it into Gebhardt, right in front of him in the corner. Now they try to play it into Nakari, and that's poked away by Klotz. Nakari Morkel-Palmer, right-hand side again to Augustine. He gets inside of that zone, now plays it to Nakari. Nakari back here to Gebhardt now. Gebhardt, he drives to the free throw line. Had a moment where there's 3 defenders on him, but then they fan out and they reassign themselves properly. Now Nakari inside. Little drive from the free throw line. Dumps it off late to Eli Sawyers for 2. What a play by Nakari Morkel-Palmer. That prompts a timeout by Royal Valley. 25-16, Southeast of Saline back within 9. 3:25 left to go here. Before halftime, you're listening to Southeast of Saline State Basketball. The Trojans down by 9, and it's brought to you by the Bennington State Bank.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawsalina.com.
Back here at the Sports Arena in Hutchinson, Devin Haney along with Coach Francis Flax, and 3:25 left to go here. And I know when you're in a game, any type of game, this is always a big deal, but when you're trailing by 9 like Southeast is, and it seems like they have some momentum here, how big are these last 3 minutes of the half?
Well, they're really huge. I mean, we've outscored them this quarter so far, but we've got to continue that. We can't let them go any farther ahead of us than they are. So anything they do, we've got to combat it.
Luke Gebhardt will come out. He will play one-on-one defense with Wawusik as he brings it up to the timeline. Now Gebhardt backpedaling, and we'll play him more solidly here in the half-court set. Starting 5 out there for Southeast of Saline right now. Looks like Royal Valley has their starters as well. And here's a turnover. They lost it. Panthers give it up to the Trojans. Nakari all the way to the rack, and he was all over the accelerator as he had a bunch of Panthers running with him, and he was able to get the foul and will go to the free throw line. It's the 4th team foul against Royal Valley, and it will go against Brady Klotz, his first.
That was a good defensive play to start this off, and then Nakari got out there on that. Actually, it was a 2-on-2, and he made a good decision to keep it.
Nakari has come alive here in this second quarter after not scoring in the first quarter. He has 6, just made his first free throw on this trip. 3:03 left to go here in the second quarter. Nakari's second free throw on the way, also good. Southeast of Saline back within 7. 3 minutes left to play here before halftime. Wawusik brings it up to the stripe. Again, Gebhardt within an arm's length away. Wawusik wants a clear out. He wants this whole right-hand side to deal with Gebhardt. Now Nakari Morkel-Palmer comes up on the hedge. He's going to push him out towards center court. Left-hand side, a three-pointer up and good by Mason Thomas. Thomas has 5.
That's why they're good. Everybody can score.
Yeah, the supporting cast right now. Wawusik hasn't scored in this second quarter. It's the rest of the guys that are keeping Royal Valley up by double digits. Here's a ball kicked out of bounds by Klotz. It will stay with Southeast of Saline on their offensive end. Augustine inbounds it here to Nakari Morkel-Palmer. 2:25 left to go, second quarter, 28-18. Nakari with it. Back to Gebhardt. Gebhardt surveying. Now he goes to the elbow. Sawyers out to Nakari. Fake the 3, dribbles around the defender, shot up no good. And a rebound by Klotz underneath, and a foul on Southeast. Looks like maybe Daniel Kerr might get this. I know Augustine was in the area as well, and it's a 1-and-1 for the Panthers. It is going to be Augustine. That's his first. 7th team foul for Southeast of Saline. That'll send Brady Klotz to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Tell you what, you don't want to be too close when Klotz gets the rebound.
He is he's a big boy.
He's clearing space.
Should have done more research. I said he was going to Northwest Missouri State on a commit. I don't know what sport that's for.
Yeah. Well,
either
way, if they're going to 2 of the better programs in football and basketball, then we can't do that. Now we turned it over. But if you're going to there, It doesn't make any difference what sport you're playing.
Oracle Palmer was looking on the back door that time for Luke Gebhardt, and that ball was taken away by Royal Valley. Here's a three-pointer now by Klotz. He overshot everything, and it goes to the far corner, ran down by Sawyers. 29-18, 1:42 left to play. Augustine along the baseline, gets around a defender, and a blocking foul is going to be called here against Royal Valley's Jake Kelly. Kelly just kind of kept shoving Augustine out of bounds that time, and he'll pick up his first foul. Team foul number 6 for Royal Valley. Actually, excuse me, that's number 5, just 5. Karen Augustine out, Kaysen Lilly and Drew Richardson into the game. Gebhardt with the inbounds. They'll go way up high to Sawyers. Sawyers will turn now and hand it off to Gebhardt, who did the inbounds. Gebhardt with the left hand, trying to turn the corner, can't get around, bounces it back to Sawyers. Isolation play, and a fadeaway by Sawyers is up and good.
Nice shot.
Sawyers.
Good patience by the Trojans. Finally got it to Eli, and he does what he does.
Eli is a master of that fadeaway. Now a steal. It's one-on-one. Sawyers and Miller all the way to the cup. Sawyers short-armed it and left it short, and it missed. That could have made it a 7-point game. Now ball on the floor. Gebhardt goes diving after it, and it will go off Luke and out of bounds. Boy, a flimsy there that we've seen Southeast be able to get teams into, but they came up empty on both attempts.
Yeah, well, Eli was thinking that the foul was coming, and the kid laid off of him, and he left it short.
Gebhardt and Richardson will stay in the backcourt. Now Gebhardt will come out of the game as Drake Augustine comes in. 1:03 left to go before halftime. They get it in. Well, Wusick, he was already almost standing out of bounds. His toes on the sideline on the far side and tried to save it back in and threw it away. So the pressure for Southeast is getting to these guys in the backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, you know, unfortunately we got off to that slow start, but it's not over.
Oh, a lot of basketball left. Approaching halftime, Sawyers loses it. Another turnover for Southeast of Saline. Down the floor, Klotz all the way to the rack. He missed the layup. Rebounded in the lap of Kaysen Lilly. Here comes Lilly up the floor, right down the middle. He goes to Augustine. Augustine attacks the rim. His runner won't go over the top of Klotz, and the Panthers have it back. Royal Valley with it. One-on-one in the backcourt. Wusick along with Augustine. They'll cross the timeline with 27 left to play in the second quarter. Wusick works his way back to the right. He'll deny the screen from Miller. Now go back the other way to the left, all the way to the cup, and finishes with the right hand. First points of the quarter by Wusick. That'll leave Southeast with 12 seconds left to play. Nakari with it, lob pass back the other way to Drake Augustine. Augustine back to Nakari with 5 seconds left. Southeast running out of time here. Nakari still with it in his hands. Richardson from almost half court has to shoot it, and it's going to be short. And we are at the break. 31-20 is our score. Royal Valley leads Southeast of Saline at halftime. When we come back, we'll have numbers from the first half. Also get you caught up on what's going on in both boys and girls brackets. And it's coming up on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. 31-20, Royal Valley leads Southeast of Saline. Halftime of the boys semifinal from the state tournament here in Hutchinson on KINA.
Accessories, everything to bring out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi fans, it's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play, and in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
CanEquip's Service Advantage Preseason Readiness Optimization Program is going on now. Get the best prices of the year on inspections, plus 12-month parts warranties, special financing backed by genuine Case IH parts, and instant rebates on lubricant and filter purchases. Go to canequip.com and click on the Service Advantage banner to see all the savings, or visit them at CanEquip in Salina. Terms and conditions apply.
CanEquip you.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Halftime is here at the Sports Arena in Hutchinson. 31-20 is our score. Royal Valley leading Southeast of Saline in this boys semifinal matchup. Let's go over scoring first for Southeast of Saline. They're being led by Nakari Morkel-Palmer. 7 points for Nakari. All of those came in the second quarter. 6 points for Eli Sawyers, 5 points for Daniel Kerr, and 2 points for Caden Isaacson. Southeast of Saline went 2 of 4 from the free throw line, while Royal Valley went 5 of 6. They're being led by Brady Klotz. 7 in the first, 5 in the second, 12 total points for Brady Klotz, 9 points for Owusick, 5 points for KJ Miller, 5 points for Mason Thomas. Turnover story is even at 8 apiece. And a couple of things that jump out to me, Coach, when I look at the stats from the first half. One of them is the three-point shooting for Royal Valley. They haven't shot a lot of threes, but when they do, they've been effective. So far, 67%. As a team, they're shooting 50% right now from the floor.
Yeah, and I looked at it from, you took that perspective. Now, I'm looking at it from two other glaring statistics to me, is that they have 8 steals to our 3. And the turnovers are even, but they have 8 assists to our 3. So and that's atypical of Southeast. We usually have a lot more assists at this time of the game. But, you know, we've actually taken 2 more attempts at the basket than Royal Valley has. They've just been a lot more efficient.
What were we able to do there in that second quarter to get them sped up and make some more mistakes?
Well, I think most of it started down here after steals or rebounds. You know, we got out there, we got it out. And when the team's scoring, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, but the times that they missed, we were pretty good at getting out there and go. Big play was Eli missing the layup. And I know I could tell. He just knew that guy was going to come down on him.
Yeah.
And so he left it a little short. But, hey, we picked up 1 point.
Yep.
Got to play another one. Got to play another quarter and see how it turns out then.
Royal Valley led 16-4 at the end of the first quarter, and it's now 31-20 here at the half. 31-20, Royal Valley leading. When we come back, we'll get you updated on the brackets going on. It's getting to be crunch time here at Hutchinson as semifinals, all for boys and girls teams still alive, 4 on each side, and they are all playing for a right to go to a championship game tomorrow. Of course, losers of these games still alive. They will play for third place tomorrow here at the Sports Arena. We'll get you updated on all that action. When we come back, it's the halftime. 31-20, Royal Valley leads southeast of Saline, and it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories.
Everything to bring out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Exit 14 Restaurant in Gypsum, Kansas is cooking up something amazing today. Whether you want to order from their menu or try one of their delicious daily specials, maybe try one of their scrumptious desserts. Exit 14 is open for lunch Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 2, and 5 to 9 Thursday through Saturday. And don't miss Prime Rib Night, the last Saturday of the month. Exit 14 Restaurant, 512 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Great people, great food, good time.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnssalina.com.
Back here at the Sports Arena in Hutchinson, side of the 3A state tournament, some teams that are vying for a state championship today. The game coming up next will be Silver Lake, the #1 seed, taking on the Goodland Cowgirls. Of course, they beat southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans yesterday, 38-37. On the other side of the bracket, Nickerson is the #2 seed. They will take on Hugoton, the #3 seed. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all prevailed on their first round games. There were no upsets on the girls' side. On the boys' side, Heston, the #2 seed, they'll take on Hayes TMP, and they are the lone upset winner of this tournament so far in 3A. They beat Galena 68-67 in 2 overtimes on Wednesday. And then, of course, the winner of this game, Royal Valley in southeast of Saline. Royal Valley leads it by 11. Southeast starts out with the basketball coach. What are your keys here for a quick start?
Well, two things. One, we've got to get a good shot right here on this first possession, and secondly, in this quarter, Luke Gebhardt has to come alive.
Yeah, Luke hasn't done much offensively, taken 2 shots, hasn't scored yet here in this game. Here's Danny Kerr for 3 in the
That'll
corner.
help.
That'll help, yes, sir. Daniel Kerr's second 3-pointer. He now has 8, back to an 8-point game. Southeast had it to within 7, I believe, midway through that second quarter. And then Royal Valley came down the floor and hit a 3-pointer and got back up by double digits.
Well, I tell you what, that was a good start now. See what we can do here defensively.
Quick foul there on Eli Sawyers. That'll be his second foul. It's our first foul of the half. Here's Wawusik getting into the paint, underneath the basket, didn't get it to go, got his own rebound. Now a fight for the board as Sawyers goes floating out of bounds, and he saves it off a Panther. Wawusik went with him towards the corner, and Sawyers was able to control that basketball, then bounce it off the leg.
Good effort by Eli there. Get, first of all, to even keep the board alive.
Augustine with it in the seam of two guys looking to trap. Now he'll throw a lob pass back to Gebhardt. Here's Gebhardt on the acceleration, gets to the rim on the left-hand side, missed the shot, and the rebound off his fingertips out of bounds. Bryson Flax directing a comment at the official on that side.
They fouled Eli on that right there. They just actually knocked him out of the way of the rebound.
Yeah. Wawusik has it for the Panthers. He'll be picked up by Gebhardt as he comes across center court here at Hutch Sports Arena. It's the home of the Blue Dragons, Hutch Community College. Here's Miller for three. That one comes up empty. And that's another thing, too, Coach, that could really turn this game. If Royal Valley cools down just a little bit from the floor. Here's Gebhardt, all gas, no brakes to the right-hand side of the rim. He is fouled. It's going to be a block on Miller, and Gebhardt will go to the free throw line for two. Miller comes up a little bit shaky.
Yeah, he took a hard fall there. I think he bumped his head on the floor. He's holding his head anyway. I think well, you know Luke's a football player.
Yes, I do. Gebhardt to the free throw line looking for his first points. Two free throws coming up. First one is on its way, and it's good.
Well, it's nice to see him finally break the scoring column. We need him.
Second free throw on the way. A little too strong. It'll be a lane violation as Brady Klotz stepped into the paint early, or it could have even been his teammate, Mason Thomas, but I think it was Klotz first. They were both leaning, but I think the left foot of Klotz went into the paint first, so Gebhardt will get another try. Luke will study this, the junior's free throw, and he takes advantage. Boy, that's what you got to do on those lane violations,
yes,
isn't
sir.
it? Southeast back within 6, 31-25. They've had a good first 90 seconds and a near steal by Nakari. He thought it went off the hands of Klotz, and he let it go. But, man, the rule of thumb, Coach, is if you can get to that ball, go get it, right?
You better get it. You better get it. If you have to save it down to your end of the floor.
Nakari was relying on the official that time to make the call he wanted, and that is what happened. Down inside, Klotz. He turns, dumps it off for Miller. Looked like Miller traveled with the basketball, and he leans into the rim. And Bryson Flax at the official about that call. Went uncalled, and Miller with his first basket. He has 7. First basket of the second half, I should say. Here's Augustine inside, lost the basketball, but Sawyer's there to pick it up. Now in a trap, he's stolen away. Clean theft at that time by Wawusik. Now off, and a block at the rim. Klotz was going in for a dunk, and Sawyer said no. Here comes Augustine back the other way. Ball on the floor. Nakari picks it up. He'll draw the foul. Foul coming up on Mason Thomas, and what a play at the other end by Eli Sawyers.
I mean, that was a block. That was two heavyweights going at it right there.
Chris Brown wanting the foul, and I just didn't see much of a foul there. That was
You
two
talking
guys
about
that are,
on the
yeah.
No way.
No. Nakari with the free throw, it's up and good. They met at the rim, and that's about as clean as you can get on both ends. Nakari's free throw gives him 8. He has another one coming here, and it is up and good. Southeast still hanging around here. They're down by 6 once again, 33-27. That last foul on Mason Thomas was his first for the Panthers. They have 2 team fouls here. We're just underway, second half. 5:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Augustine dips in, tries to get a steal. He cannot. Now a pass to the outside. Three-pointer won't go. So far, the Panthers not hitting the threes like they were in the first half. Here's Augustine all the way to the cup. Trying to get the reverse layup, and Miller's going to clean it up. Outlet out to the left-hand sideline. Thomas has it. He puts a crossover on Kerr, and a foul called, and a blocking foul on Danny Kerr.
Well, he couldn't do much else. Unfortunately, we mishandled it a little bit down here. Drake was a little out of control going in there. Had to throw it up there and just didn't get it.
Mason Thomas gets up, shaking his right hand. Sounded like he hit his elbow on the floor. His first free throw is up, and it's no good. So far, Royal Valley in this game, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 5:23 left to go, 33-27 our score. Second free throw on the way, he got that one to go. 6 points now for Mason Thomas. 34-27, Augustine has it on the right-hand side. Crossover now, he bounces back out, kills his dribble, gets it to Sawyers. Now backside to Gebhardt. Gebhardt started to penetrate, now curls back around. This big zone defense, not extending out on Nakari. He'll take the three, goes off the top of the backboard, now being fought for over on the far side. It's won by Royal Valley. Wawusik with it, up the floor, starts to attack Nakari, but Morico Palmer there with him. Underneath, reverse layup, missing. Loose ball collected by Augustine. Here's the outlet to Gebhardt. 1-on-3 break. Gebhardt all the way to the rack. Layup left long. Backside rebound, though, by Sawyers. Sawyers gets in the paint. He is fouled. Wawusik came across the arms of Eli Sawyers, and almost a blessing of a foul because Sawyers was really going hard to that side.
Yes, he
I don't
was.
know if he could have got a quality shot off.
Well, he hung with it anyway, so. It forces Royal Valley to take a timeout.
Yep, Royal Valley wants to talk about it. Eli Sawyers has a couple of free throws when we come back. 4:42 left to go here, third quarter, 34-27. Royal Valley leads it by 7, and it's brought to you by the Bennington State Bank.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Asaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure all our Trojans are fueled up for the big game. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, start with a full tank of gas for your car or your belly. Get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough stamina to get that Trojan win. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Hutchinson is the site the next 2 days for Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball. We just need to figure out what game we're playing in, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, that's the blessing about winning the first one in the state tournament. You're guaranteed 3 if you win 1.
There's a little bit of a feeling when you lose that first round game of, boy, did we do anything? I mean, it's just, there's so much more basketball left to be played. And I think that was really the great thing about Southeast winning that first game, is getting the experience of the next 2 rounds, right? I mean, because this is a team, again, they have no seniors, so that experience will stick with these kids for a long, long time and may be useful next season.
Yeah, I think so. And there's no experience like experience in the state tournament.
Absolutely. Come in, you remember where the locker rooms were at, what hallway you walked down, what door you entered. Sawyers makes the first free throw, second one off the back of the rim, and Brady Klotz will clean up the rebound there. Back to within 6. That's the Hill right now. The Southeast of Saline keeps trying to overcome. They've been within 6 on 3 different occasions here in this third quarter. 4:27 left to go. A ball taken away by Nakari Morico Palmer. He controlled his rebound up the floor to Gebhardt. Gebhardt all the way to the rack and left it long. Boy, a lot of these layups being bothered by the length and athleticism from Royal Valley. And Luke Gebhardt, sometimes you got to go to the rim just to collect the foul, right?
Yes,
I mean, you know you're not going to score.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that you just put your chest into his chest and put it up there. Force the referees to call the foul.
Each team has a turnover here in this third quarter. Gebhardt will get a little more aggressive here on the inbounds with Wawusik. They'll bring it across now. Gebhardt still shadowing him, just kind of token pressure defense here. Letting him come across the timeline. Luke now will step to him. Arm's length away, now quicker. 5 count, close. Wawusik, though, turns the corner, gets into the lane. Nakari there with the foul. Nakari Morico Palmer stepped up to help out Luke Gebhardt and committed his 3rd foul.
Well, that's 3. He's got 3. Eli's got 3. But you got to be careful with them. You can't really afford not to have them.
Walusik's really good at the free throw line. We talked about that. In the first round game, he was 14 of 15. Here so far, he's 3 of 3. Scored 7 in the first quarter. That free throw gives him 10. So Southeast has done a pretty good job. The problem is in the second quarter, it was the supporting cast, right? I mean, they kind of went a little crazy scoring.
Yes.
Second free throw on the way, also good. Walusik now with 11 points. He enters double-digit scoring along with teammate Brady Klotz, who has a dozen but has not scored here yet in the second quarter. 36-28 our score. 3:53 left to go here in the third.
It's like they're extending the zone just a little bit now.
Richardson into the game.
Coming way out high.
Case and Lilly also in there. Richardson gets into the middle of the paint, lost the basketball.
Can't go in there soft. You get in there, you better have darn good control of it.
There's Wawusik now. He'll pull up with the elbow. 15-footer, no good. Off a couple of Southeast hands. Back to him. He'll pull the trigger from three. That's no good. And Nakari Morical-Palmer saves it off the leg, and it bounces into play and stays in bounds, then picked up by Richardson. Here comes Morical-Palmer with it. Passing back to the left-hand side in front of the Southeast bench now to Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt with a skip pass to Nakari. Nakari with a ball fake midair, gets to the rim, can't get the lay-in to go. Boy, he went around a defender who was coming for the block, tried to finish with the left hand, and now Royal Valley on the run out will turn it over.
Well, we're hanging in there because, they're playing a little sloppy. We just can't hit anything at the rim right now.
Yeah, and a timeout called by Bryson Flack. So full timeout, we'll take it as well. 3 minutes left to play. 2:59 on the board. 36-28, Royal Valley over Southeast of Saline, brought to you by the Bennington State Bank. State Bank.
Kansas Wesleyan University offers great nursing education options with a BS major in nursing and an RN to BSN program. KWU recently opened a brand new $5 million nursing education center that features state-of-the-art simulation rooms and next-generation classroom equipment designed to take the educational experience to the next level. Wonderful scholarships and opportunities to gain experience are available. Want to know more? Check out kwu.edu/nursing today. That's kwu.edu/nursing.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Coach Francis Flax back here courtside as we enjoy high school basketball here in its best form at the state tournament. What a great tournament here in Hutchinson. This may be my favorite tournament site, Coach. I know you will have a lot of history in this building at the sports arena with your coaching history, and also we talked about Bryson Flax coming here, playing. Now he's coaching Southeast of Saline, and it's just it's a great building. They've done a really good job keeping it relevant through the years.
Yeah, this is a pinnacle of junior college basketball. This is where they have the Division I JUCO tournament beginning Monday, and great venue. And like you said, I've coached in here. I coached Bryson in here. He's played as a high school player here. He's played as a college player here, and he's coached as a college coach, and now he's coaching as a high school coach.
Sawyer's trying to get it inside. He had the ball stripped away by the Panther defense. Wawusik with another steal. He comes up the floor now, turns the corner around the right, comes back and throws it to Trayson Murata, who's into the game for just the second time. Bounce pass down low to KJ Miller. He'll turn and score. Big guy that time for Royal Valley as Brady Klotz was able to find KJ Miller in the interior. Back to a 10-point lead now by Royal Valley. Richardson has it in the corner. Skip pass back across now to Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt looks at the traps. Now comes to Nakari. Nakari tries to throw high post to Sawyer. Sawyer's had to come out and fight for the basketball. Now back to Gebhardt. Nakari has it now, swings right. There's Richardson for three. Too strong, no good. Battle for the rebound is going to be won by Sawyers. He tipped it to himself, kept it alive, and then they said double dribble. Turnover number 4 for Southeast of Saline.
Well, we've had 3 in a row, Devin. We've had 2 times we went into the lane with the dribble, got it taken away from us, and that time we get an offensive rebound and then commit a turnover after.
Sawyers will go to the bench. Drake Augustine back into the game. It's Augustine, Case and Lilly, Caden Isaacson into the game along with Drew Richardson and Akari Morical-Palmer. Here's a drive by Wawusik. Steps through the defense. Rebounded after the miss by Brady Klotz, who follows it up off the left-hand side. 14 points for Klotz. Southeast now giving up a couple of possessions here. They had it within 6. Now they trail it by 12. Richardson with it in the corner. Gets caught in the trap.
Where you don't want to be.
Handed it off to Isaacson. Isaacson had the ball go off his foot and roll right back to Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Here's Kason Lilly, no. Back to Nakari. Nakari out there right now without Luke Gebhardt, without Eli Sawyers. Over in the corner, Richardson for another 3. That one's too strong. Look at Nakari up by the rim, get the rebound. Tried the putback, but he was stuck too far underneath the board, and he came up short.
His outstanding rebound. Perhaps should have taken it out because he was kind of boxed in by the rim.
Walusick now being guarded by Augustine. Inside, Miller with it, and a quick shot. And again, it's high-low entry from Klotz to K.J. Miller. 11 points for Miller. Inside 40 seconds left to go at the end of the third. 42-28. This lead has gotten big again for Royal Valley. Here's Caden Isaacson inside. Out to Richardson. Drew Richardson now curls around, goes to Nakari, back in the corner. Here's Drake Augustine for 2. That's no good. Isaacson with the rebound. And a foul called finally here on Mason Thomas. Thomas was draped over the left shoulder of Caden Isaacson for a couple of dribbles there, and that'll be the 4th team foul on Royal Valley. For Mason Thomas, it's his 2nd personal. Richardson will inbounds on the side. We'll pass it into Nakari. Morikel-Palmer now to Caden Isaacson. Isaacson gets in the paint, passes it off to Augustine. Augustine now back out, Kason Lilly. He thought about 3, now he'll dribble to the elbow. 15-footer won't go. Nakari with the rebound, he puts it back up. Morikel-Palmer with 11. 42-30, Royal Valley with the last chance out of here. Walusick all the way to the cup, pushes off Drake Augustine, missed the layup, got his own rebound, and scores it, and he'll get an and-one opportunity.
Well, that was a flurry there, and I can't see with 3 referees out of the court that they didn't see the separation that he created going in for that shot.
Yeah, that forearm came up awfully high into the chest of Drake Augustine that time. The foul will go against Kason Lilly. That's his first. The free throw is good. He'll complete the 3-point play. With just 4/10 left, Southeast of Saline unable to get a shot off, and we are at the end of the quarter. 45-30, Royal Valley leads Southeast of Saline at the end of 3. 4th and final quarter action coming up after this. It's Trojan basketball from the state tournament, brought to you by the Bennington State Bank. State Bank.
Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Since established in business in 1887, the Bank of Tuscany has built its reputation on personal service and community promotion. Family owned and locally operated in communities of Tuscany, Lincoln, Saline, and Lynchburg. The Bank of Tuscany strives to provide customers with a competitive array of loan and deposit products that aid in their financial success. Visit us today and see why so many people have helped the Bank of Tuscany become one of the strongest banks in Kansas. Bank of Tuscany, member FDIC.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Tuscany.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to full-service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Back here at the state tournament in Hutchinson, Devin Haney along with Coach Francis Flax as we get ready for 4th quarter action, and Southeast of Saline has their work cut out for them here. Royal Valley with a 15-point lead, 45-30, and the Panthers start out with the basketball, Coach.
Yeah, you know, and you look at this Royal Valley team, and of course they've got their supposedly key player. Truthfully, we've held him in check.
Yeah.
I mean, he's having a terrible, well, I guess terrible, night from the field, 4 out of 16.
Yeah, terrible for him, definitely.
Yeah,
and as you said, I mean, he's earned his way at the free throw line. 5 points there. He's 5 of 5, but man, it's the supporting cast right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Turnover by Royal Valley on that first possession. 3 turnovers for them now in the second half. Southeast of Saline will have it, working off the left-hand side. Now they come back to the middle to Drake Augustine. Daniel Kerr has it in the corner. He'll dribble out of it and come back to the top. Here's Nakari Morkel-Palmer in the keyhole. He'll stop and pop from 15. That's in and out, no good. And the rebound taken in down low by Jake Kelly. Here comes Royal Valley back the other way. The Panthers on the attack, 15-point lead. Lob pass inside for Miller. KJ Miller going to work on Sawyers underneath, and he traveled with the basketball. Made the basket, but he took an extra step to get there as Eli Sawyers was there defensively.
Yeah, I mean, the kid knows where the basket is,
yeah.
But sometimes he has to go beyond the rules to get there.
Yeah. Luke Gebhardt with the ball. Top of the circle, left-hand side. Here is a drive by Augustine. He's an up and under score, and he bounces twice off the rim before it falls in. 4 points for Augustine. Now Klotz had to go airborne and take a ball away from Nakari Morkel-Palmer that he was trying to steal away. Klotz keeps it because they're not killing the games with fouls. They're not letting the fouls decide the games. The crew that we have here today in this game is a little bit different than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different than Sub-State and yesterday's game, or Wednesday's game.
Yeah. Brady Klotz will make the first free throw. He has 15. He has another one coming up. It is off the heel, no good. Nobody there to rebound for Royal Valley as Nakari Morkel-Palmer will bring it across the timeline. Here's Augustine now. He gets into the paint. Nowhere to go in a trap. He's going to find Drew Richardson in the corner. Now out to Gebhardt. Gebhardt being hand-checked off the elbow. And Bryson Flax is going to grab the official's ear in front of him. Now turn to get the other one. Luke Gebhardt was clearly thrown off his path that time by an elbow. And somehow that's not a foul.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right, but that's the way it's called, so that's the way it is.
Well, Lusick now working on Drake Augustine. Gets inside the paint, leaves it off for KJ Miller and a score. We talked about the passing.
Yeah.
Of Owusick. He's really good, averages almost 6 assists a game, and that time he collected everybody's attention and then dished it off.
Yeah, well, you got to be so conscious of him.
Here's a near turnover and a steal by Royal Valley, and Drake Augustine got it back. Augustine looking for Gebhardt in the high post. He'll pop from 15. That's no good. Rebound, though, by Danny Kerr. Kerr now pushed on the bump out towards the sideline.
Little gesture by the Panthers number 5 to our crowd.
34
there.
is doing a lot of talking at the Southeast crowd as well, and Bryson Flax is going to get a full timeout. 48-34 is our score. 5:02 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Royal Valley leads southeast of Saline, and it's brought to you by the Bennington State Bank.
Home Automotive Center is taking pride in taking care of the people of our community. And if you're interested in selling your car, we can help you with that too, with the Home Automotive Center buyback program. It's the easiest way to get the best price for your car. So when you're ready to sell, we're ready to buy. Simply bring your car to either dealership in Abilene or Salina, and we'll get you taken care of, because that's what we do best. Get your best price with the Home Automotive Center buyback program in Abilene and Salina. You'll be glad you did.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Sports Arena in Hutchinson. Royal Valley leads southeast of Saline. 5:02 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It's 48-34. And man, we just keep looking back to that first quarter, Coach. Southeast of Saline came out cold. They got behind early, 16-4 at the end of one. They came back within 6 points, 3 different occasions in the third quarter, but then a strong finish to the third put Royal Valley where they're at right now, and that is with a 14-point lead.
Yeah, you're exactly right. When we started the game, we didn't get off to a good start, and that's basically been the difference of the game all the rest of the quarters.
Daniel Kerr, Luke Gebhardt, along with Drake Augustine, Drew Richardson, Nakari Morkel-Palmer, having to go the rest of the way without Eli Sawyers. He had 2 bang-bang fouls that were called against him. One of them may have been a foul. The other one may have not have been.
Yeah.
They were both very borderline. I think they probably fell on each side of the fence, but that took him from 3 to out of the game quickly. Now a turnover on the inbounds as Brady Klotz pulls up and takes it away. Southeast has just committed their 5th turnover of the half.
Not sure what Drake was trying to do there.
Owusick has it now. He'll drive to the right-hand side, step through a defender, hit the side of the backboard, and Daniel Kerr will clean that one up. Here comes Kerr. Across the timeline, he picks up his dribble. Now he's going to find Drake Augustine. Augustine gets inside the defense, and he is going to be fouled and brought down to the ground. Oh, they're going to call jump ball here.
Oh, no. No.
A long conversation by the officials, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Terrible.
The arrow, thankfully, in southeast of Saline's favor. They will keep the basketball.
We should be at the free throw line.
Yes, sir. Augustine way up top. He'll play it now to Nakari. KJ Miller on him. Nakari wants to go to the basket. Fadeaway 12-footer. Good. Nakari with 13 points. Trying to keep this team in it. Down by 12. 48-36. Not quite halfway through with the fourth quarter here. Klotz inside. Has a shot blocked by Gebhardt and a foul called. It's either Gebhardt or Daniel Kerr down low. Nakari came in late and got the ball. And they're going to call it on Nakari. So Nakari Morikel-Palmer has just picked up his fourth. 4:09 left to play. Klotz at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. It's one thing this team has done extremely well in this game to maintain their distances, shoot free throws.
Yes, they have. They're the outstanding free throw shooting team.
11 of 13 so far in this game. 49-36, Royal Valley by a baker's dozen. Second free throw, also in the cup, good. Klotz is 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in this fourth quarter. 50-36 our score. Gebhardt up top along with Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Palmer has the basketball. Now back to the right, Drake Augustine. He'll get to the elbow. Now kill his dribble. Out for a three-pointer. That is up and good from Daniel Kerr. Danny has shot the ball well in this game. He has 11 points. That's his third three.
Yes, he has. He's doing a good job today.
Now back to within 11. 3:40 left to play. Is there more of that in southeast of Saline? And now a foul called again on southeast. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Royal Valley. That will send Mason Thomas to the free throw line. Thomas is 3 of 4 from the line in this game. So last 1-and-1, and Royal Valley is going to cash in the first.
Thomas a pretty steady player too. Scores in double figures, 5 rebounds a game.
It's not every day in Class 3A you see 2 6'5" guards that you can pair with 2 big guys either, is it? I mean, that's really what makes this team dangerous.
Yes. Yeah, this is a...
Gebhardt with it at the elbow. Drives in to 3 defenders. Augustine has it poked away. Now left-hand side to Richardson. Richardson's going to drive to the baseline, and a bump foul there called on Royal Valley. Their 6th team foul. Southeast of Saline will inbounds underneath their own basket. Jake Kelly with his second foul. Nakari on a curl pass out to Richardson for 3, and he got it. Drew Richardson gets his first basket of the game. 51-42, back to within 9. Olusic in the backcourt, being shadowed by Augustine. 3 Southeast defenders there. Now Royal Valley will swing it away from them. Miller inside, had a shot blocked by Gebhardt. Here comes Nakari with it. He's going to lead a 3-on-3 break. Nakari bounces it to Augustine. Back out Richardson. Gebhardt for 3. Can't get it to go, and the ball out of bounds off Royal Valley will stay with Southeast. The Trojans still breathing here with 2:40 left to play, down by 9.
I think the college three-point line got Luke there.
Yeah, it did. Augustine with a lob way out high, and a blocking foul called here on Klotz, and he gets right in the face of Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Klotz has been very vocal in this game, and he just chest to chest with Nakari Morikel-Palmer, and the official right on top of it. Nakari's going to step to the free throw line, and a timeout called by head coach Chris Brown and Royal Valley. We'll step away. 2:40 left to go in this one. Nakari Morikel-Palmer shooting free throws. When we come back, it is a full timeout here on KINA. line. Nikari has 2 free throws coming up after the second personal foul on Brady Klotz. Oh, they're going to call it a 1-and-1, sorry. Nikari makes the first, doesn't matter. 14 points for Nikari in this game. Royal Valley at the end of the third quarter led by 15. Southeast working their way back. Second free throw, also good. Nikari splashes them both home. He has 15 to lead the Trojans. Little full court pressure here now by Southeast of Saline. It's a 7-point game. 2:30 left to play. Jake Kelly with it. Now back up top. Wawusik back inside. Klotz. He turns and scores over Nikari. Klotz first field goal, the 4th. Gebhardt back down the floor. Skip pass to the far corner. Here's a 3-pointer. Richardson, that's no good. Nikari goes flying in, trying to get the rebound. Klotz is going to grab it, and now the outlet to Wawusik. He'll bring it up and come across the timeline on a jump. Nearly ran out of space to throw it to a teammate, but actually found somebody in the middle of the floor. Looks like Royal Valley here, Coach. They're just going to go into the stall game.
I think they will.
They lead it by 9. Down low, Miller. Here's the kick out. Now here's a 3. That's no good. Gebhardt on the backside with the rebound. Here comes Luke Gebhardt. 1:40 left to go. Southeast needs points in a hurry.
Yeah, we need to cash in on that.
Here's Augustine inside. Knocked to the floor. Royal Valley takes it away. Royal Valley with 5 takeaways here in this second half. Klotz had it in the corner. Now he's going to play it to Wawusik. And he steps on the sideline, says the official right on top of it. And Chris Brown arguing that. It was right in front of the coaching staff for Royal Valley. I didn't think Wawusik was close.
I didn't either.
I don't know what happened there. I guess that's a turnover for Royal Valley. I'm not sure what happened. I'd love to see an aerial view of that. There's Drake Augustine with it now. 70 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline. Augustine wants a 3 after the ball fake. Crawls out. Nikari back inside. Cashes it in. Nikari Morikel-Palmer has a half a dozen in this quarter. 17 for the game in a quick timeout. It's a 30-second timeout by Bryson Flax, and we keep it right here. 1:02 left to play. Still plenty of time here for Southeast of Saline, but you need quick stops. And the biggest problem I see, Coach, that proposes a Southeast of Saline comeback, or opposes, I should say, is the way that this Royal Valley team shoots free throws. You can't really reach out and put them on the line.
Right. I don't know who you're going to put on the line for them, or else you could pick one. But you know whose hands it's going to be in, and he's not going to miss very many. So it's just you pick your poison, I guess. I also think, though, that you probably have to take a chance and foul.
Yeah. Southeast is going to come out here in full court defense. 1:02 left to go. Southeast has 1 timeout remaining. If there should be a dual possession, it belongs to Royal Valley. Wawusik has it in his hands. Augustine on him. Now here comes Richardson, and the touch foul on Augustine that will send Wawusik to the free throw line. Again, he went 14 of 15 in the game on Wednesday for Royal Valley against Girard.
He's a pretty heady player. One of the best that I've seen.
14 points. He has not scored here in this fourth quarter. His first free throw is up and good. That'll give him 15. Brady Klotz is the leading scorer for Royal Valley in this game. Back to an 8-point advantage. Wawusik still a free throw left. And he got that one as well. Lead back to 9. 52 seconds left to go. Southeast with it on the right-hand side. Kerr in the corner. Lobs it back, and it's going to be deflected. Now into the backcourt, taken by Gebhardt. Luke has it. He saved it for Southeast. He'll pull up from 3 and got it to go. Luke Gebhardt with a 3-pointer. 5 points here in the quarter for Gebhardt. Clock still rolling. 33 seconds left. Wawusik has it now. He'll come across the timeline. Stolen by Gebhardt. Off to Nikari. Nikari attacking KJ Miller, and he gets a foul. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Nikari Morikel-Palmer, and he's going to be out of the game with 5 fouls.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Never
That's
seen
incredible.
anything like it.
So Nikari Morikel-Palmer now has fouled out, as there was a ton of contact there. He was unable to get the shot up because of the contact. And now Sawyers and Nakari have both fouled out.
Well, I tell you, it could have. I don't get it, but that's just the way it's been called. So
55-49. That would have been a big basket there, even if he would have been sent to the free throw line. Bryson Flax asking for an explanation from the official. And now a foul will be called on Daniel Kerr that will send Mason Thomas to the free throw line. Thomas, maybe your best decision here. He's 4 of 6 from the line in this game.
It's pretty tough when you have to pick one that only missed 2 free throws.
15 of 19 is Royal Valley in this game from the line. We'll get a double bonus here with Thomas. He makes the first one. He has 8 points. That extends the Royal Valley lead back to 7 with 22 seconds left to go. A quick timeout here. Royal Valley will just take a 30. We'll remind you that there are still a lot of games coming up today at the Sports Arena here in Hutchinson. The next game of the day is the #1 seed Silver Lake Girls. They will take on the Goodland Cowgirls. Then we'll go back to boys action. Heston takes on Hayes TMP. And then the final game of the night, Nickerson will take on Hugoton. We will start everything out tomorrow at noon on Championship Day. And that will be the loser of this game taking on the loser of the Heston Hayes TMP game. That will be a noon game for 3rd place on the boys bracket, and then games falling every 2 hours from there.
Well, it's been a battle. I
Yes.
mean, these teams got after each other. The length bothered Southeast, and quite frankly,
missed free throw here. Southeast coming down the floor.
We probably had.
Gebhardt got another long 3. And a timeout called by Bryson Flax. 8 points in the quarter for Gebhardt, and he's dialing those things up from a whole different area code. He is a ways behind that college line, and that's going to make this score look respectable. Still a chance here for Southeast. I don't want to put them to bed yet, but you're down by 2 possessions with 13.9 seconds left. And really your best chance right now is to steal an inbounds or get a 5 count, right?
Yeah, well, and you look back and when Nakari fouled out. Come on now. He either scores a layup or he goes to the line, and you get that taken away from you, and I think taken away from you. I mean, I don't know if I can get in trouble or not, but that was a bad call.
It was a bad call.
Give that 2 points to us, or maybe 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you could tell as Nakari approached the lane, his feet were taken out and his body had been turned.
Yeah.
And they came in with, and really there's been 2 calls like that here in the last minute and a half. That one, and then another one that was a foul that they called a jump ball.
Yes.
That they come out and said that was a tie-up. So, there's potentially 4 to 6 points taken away from Southeast of Saline on really, really bad calls. Southeast, though, they've been in there, they've been hanging out and just kind of making this thing a matchup towards the end. And Drew Richardson in there trying to steal the inbounds pass, knocks it out of bounds. 0.2 of a second, actually 0.7 of a second came off the clock there. Just one safety back here for Southeast of Saline. Royal Valley talked about the baseball pass, but they're going to go ahead and do the safe short inbound as they get it into Brady Klotz, and Luca Gebhardt will foul him as we go to the other end. 12 seconds. So minimal time off the clock before Southeast is able to foul there.
Yeah, I mean, this is he's shooting 2. That's the bad thing about it.
Klotz at the free throw line makes the first free throw.
Well, it's been a good game. I've liked it. Haven't agreed with it, but I've liked it.
Yeah. Second free throw also good. Still a 2-possession game here, 58-52, 10 seconds left. Southeast needs a quick 3. Augustine in flight. That one bounces off the back of the rim, and that may do it here. Southeast will get another foul, but Royal Valley shooting free throws with 3.8 seconds left. Southeast trailing by 6. So now the question remains, and I've never been in this situation, but I'm always curious about this. When you have this buildup, and we're not talking about the last 2 weeks, we're talking about the whole season. You build up to a game, and a chance to play for a state title, and you come up short, Coach, how do you get things mentally gathered back up in order to come back here and play a third-place game tomorrow?
Yeah, well, here's a couple things. It is a mental thing, but you're still going to, it's third place. But my contention is once the ball's thrown up, you're going to want to win. Yeah. It may take you a little while to get started. I don't know. But the whole thing is both teams that play tomorrow in what I call the sunshine game are going to they're going to play to win. There's no question about it.
Both those free throws by Mason Thomas were made. He is going to have 10 points in this game as Royal Valley puts some of their bench players in. Gebhardt lets the ball roll to half court. He's going to dial up another real long shot, and that's going to bang off the backboard. No good, and Royal Valley is moving on to the championship game for the first time in school history. 60-52 our score. Royal Valley wins it as they continue on. Now 24-1 on the season. Southeast of Saline breaks their big winning streak that they had going. They are now 21-4 on the season. 60-52 our final. When we come back, final numbers from this contest. Also a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. And we'll take a peek at what might happen tomorrow for Southeast of Saline. That's all coming up on the postgame report. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers.